Oh, and the Royals won the World Series on Sunday. Kansas City erupted. Hearts across New York, though, were crushed.
Yes, our next guest has an interesting point of view. He lives in New York, but he was raised in KC.
Yes, he was. Back in Omaha for the weekend, comedian Nick Griffin. Good to see you, Nick.
Good morning.
Great to be here.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
It's our
Show
pleasure.
a couple times. What did you think of the World Series? I mean, you had to be excited about it,
I was
right?
very excited about it. I grew up back when I was young. They were really, really good, and obviously they went through some very bad years, and it was great to see them do better. My parents, who had and raised 7 kids, are living at home by themselves now, and so they really enjoyed waking up every day and reading about the Royals and watching the Royals win. And so it's like, I know it seems like small things,
No,
but
he said that they
it's a
woke
huge
up.
deal for them because it gave them
No.
something to be excited
I'm
about.
laughing because you said they woke up and read about it, but they didn't stay awake because the Royals took it to extra innings
Yeah,
so
they were
often it was
always-
hard to stay awake.
Absolutely.
No, we
yeah.
understand.
They're older. They're exhausted from raising 7 kids. So, yeah.
We don't blame them
Yeah,
for
so
that
I
either.
was very thrilled that the Royals won. It was fun to see. Small
Good deal.
market.
But you didn't get to the games, though, because you're on the road all the time.
I am
You're traveling all the time,
constantly
right?
on the road. I was in, I think, Albany and Syracuse, and you kind of spend your life as a comic seeing everything in a TV over the bar because you're waiting to go on, and so I was always kind of doing a little bit short on my set to get back to the TV to see
But
what
I bet
the
those
score
fans
was.
out there being in that part of the country, because they were all probably rooting for the Mets. weren't they, up there?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you're sitting around watching all these Mets
I got to keep my
fans.
mouth shut. Yeah, it's not something you want to cheer for out loud, but yeah, I was pulling for him inside. And,
Do you think your sort of your Midwest upbringing is one of the reasons that you do so well in Omaha? Because I feel like you've probably got I don't know, maybe we just feel like it's a special
Well, no,
relationship
but
because we're
you-
here.
Plus, you've been coming here for so long. I mean, you have a
Probably
great,
for
a loyal
25 of the
fan base,
27
man.
Yeah,
years.
wow.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, look, I could live in New York for the rest of my life, but I'll always be a Midwesterner at heart, and kind of good manners and mind your own business, and a lot of self-deprecating humor. When you go out to New York, it's a lot of kind of that attack comedy, a lot of the audience interaction, but I go up there and pretty much talk about myself and what's going on with me, and having 6 brothers and sisters and all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Who are we talking to that's got a lot of brothers and sisters? Last week.
Marlon?
Marlon
Marlon
Wayans.
Wayans.
Yeah.
And I
10 of
asked
them.
him, I said, he's one of 10, yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like there's always a comic that comes out of a big family like that ends up being funny. And you have 7, you're one of 7, right?
I am one of 7.
So is there something that, he said no, that there's nothing related into the
Was he
quantity of
serious
brother
when
and
he said
sister?
that,
He said
though?
no. He says no. He says they're all individuals. What do you think?
I think there is, because I had 6 other people to compete for attention with, and if I wasn't running around doing something crazy, because I didn't have anything particularly brilliant to say, but if I ran around and broke something or made fun of my dad, I got a little bit of attention. So
I bet you did.
And that's still happening. I think
Were
you
you
have to
running
have a
around
little.
breaking things?
No. Just having a little bit of a personality and a little bit of an opinion. But all my sisters and brothers, they're all spread out all over, and so as I said, I travel a lot, and I always get to see each of them, and they always remind me of what a jackass I was when I was a kid.
Siblings are good for that.
They're
Right?
great. Yeah, you can't get too big for your britches that way.
Yeah,
You're on Twitter. You tweet a lot.
I tweet a fair amount, at the Nick Griffin.
And in fact, maybe we can pull up your page, because one of your most recent tweets was about joining our colleagues at Todd and Tyler,
Yes.
being with the guys this morning. And you commented on how they love your in-your-face style.
Right.
As a professional, how did your style? Because we see you here this morning and you're so relaxed.
But explain that, though, in your face. I mean,
I was
explain
kind
that,
of
though.
being sarcastic. I'm pretty laid back, and
Yeah.
I think that you spend your whole career trying to act like yourself, because when you first get started, you're like the people you've seen do stand-up. You go, I got to be like them because they're famous and they know how to do it. And then as the years go on, you calm down and you just try to be more relaxed.
Yeah.
I think the whole key to stand-up is to relax, and be yourself.
Yeah, and that's what they say in television too. When you first start out in this business, you want to be like one of the big anchors that you've seen on the national news, but then you realize you have to be like yourself.
Gotta
That
be like
transfers
yourself.
over to
That's
comedy
the only
too.
way you can differentiate.
Yeah,
between
and
anyone.
the audience receives it so much better when it's casual. You know what I mean? When you're not trying to
couldn't
hard, it's
agree
not
more.
awkward.
I couldn't agree more, and I think they sense that when you're at peace with yourself, that they can be at peace with you. Because I think I grew up in stand-up thinking, oh, I got to kill, and the audience is going to hate me if I don't. The audience wants to like you if you just relax.
Yeah. Did you notice that your bit evolved in how you you portrayed yourself on stage, especially with David Letterman? You were on there for, you appeared on there 11 times. Did
Yeah.
you notice that evolution throughout those visits too?
Yes, because the first time I was on, that was my goal in comedy, was to get on Letterman, get on Letterman, get on Letterman. I got on. I was so excited. I had a handheld mic, and I kept breathing really heavy into it. And I was squeezing it, and you could hear me go. I'd tell a joke, and then I'd go. I'm not kidding. That
Did you
would,
go
if
back
you
and
go
look
back
at
and
that?
look
Right.
at it, you can hear me breathing heavy, and now I don't breathe heavy. When I
That's
do that.
hilarious. And you're not holding the
No,
microphone.
I'm not like I'm going to crush
But
it.
how
no.
nervous were you that first
Oh, I was
time
just
you were up there?
terrified.
Well, your
I was
dream
out
was
of my
coming
mind.
true.
Out of my mind.
But when your dream's coming true and it's that pinch me moment, it's hard to control your emotions.
Yeah, I mean, I did not have any gigantic dreams except I want to get on Letterman and do stand-up. And I remember people ask me, how did it go? And I go, I don't remember. It was just a
And then he
blackout.
asks you back again and
Yeah.
again to be
Yeah.
validated by
Yeah,
the
my
person you
hero
look
is
up
a
to.
huge, huge thing.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit earlier, writing. You know, a lot of
Yeah.
comics going to writing. You're doing some comedy writing though, right?
I've done some comedy writing. I even wrote for Marlon Wayans' big brother, Keenan. Had a short-lived, after In Living Color, he had a late-night talk show called The Keenan Ivory Wayans Show, and I wrote on that for 13 weeks. And another comic, Bobby Slayton, had a radio show. I wrote for that, and I've done some stuff for Comedy Central. So sometimes you want a little break, and you'll get a little, a little writing job to tide you over.
Yeah, well,
It's nice.
Right now, Nick Griffin is traveling a lot, doing stand-up all over because fans love him. And so he's back in Omaha by demand. 5 shows between tonight and Sunday. You're welcome to call to get tickets, 402-493-8036, or visit funnyboneomaha.com.
Nick, thanks for stopping by. Good
Thanks
to see
so
you
much
again.
for
You're
having
one of the
me.
good
Really
guys
enjoy
in
your
comedy.
company.
Appreciate
Go
it.
Huskers.
Yeah, there you go. You gonna try to
We
get down
can
there tomorrow?
get behind that.
You have to, it's a night game.
Hopefully.
You're
Yeah, I'm going to miss
He's
it.
got stuff to do.
That's right. Earlier we